Hello, this is Granddad with Next Year's Garden, and today I am in the greenhouse pruning the hanging basket, strawberry basket. And first of all, we'll note that there are some pink flowers here along with white, and I'm not sure if that's standard, that it progresses that way, or if this is an unusually colored item. But there it is. I have been pruning these now. I've been growing them in the greenhouse for a couple of months now. And I've been getting, one or two strawberries a day. Uh, uh, and it may develop where I get a little more. I did feed it a little bit of Miracle Grow type plant food, the yellow kind, that for ongoing. And so maybe that will help promote a little bit more fruit as the thing gets older, and bigger. And what I was doing today is pruning. And so here you see it where I've done most of the pruning that I'm going to do. And the basket is pretty full. Let's see. Let's turn it around. Here I think this is a strawberry that has gotten eaten by some sort of a bug. Maybe the birds got at it for the moisture. And because it was very hot yesterday. And but I think generally things looking pretty good. And here we are getting ready for, obviously, with all these flowers, another round of berry development. It develops a berry every day, obviously, on average. So it's been developing them continuously. So because here you see on this one plant, you see the flower. You see a developing berry there in the green. And I think I have some others that are around here where the developing berries are a little smaller and they're white. And then maybe there's an almost ripe berry in here, I forget. But there was definitely a ripe berry on here earlier today, which I ate. And then, you've got a couple that have clearly gone past being ripe. So this thing has got, every stage of berry development on it pretty much at all times. So anyway, that's how this plant looks now. Before, it looked obviously just like this, except that I also had taken off a lot of leaves, including some that were kind of on the floor or hanging there that were not only dead, but getting dried out and so on. And so I look at this leaf, it's like, well, why did I take this one? Well, if you compare it to the others that remain, you'll see that it's clearly a lighter green. And then, of course, you can see where it's gotten some damage from being dried out or whatever. And there were a couple of leaves that were really quite good leaves, but I took them off because they had gotten crimped. I figured it was just a matter of a day or so before this leaf goes bad. So, so now I've got a basket with generally a lot healthier. And the point is, as new leaves develop, which they do all the time, as new leaves develop, then there will be room for them to get out and have room, and we can either have more new leaves or we can have bigger new leaves, and they might be greener because of the recent application of some fertilizer. It wasn't much. I tend to go like really light, if at all, on fertilizer. Now, in terms of developing new leaves, a little part of the plant is it has a crown, which is right at or very slightly above ground level, and new growth develops from that crown. And there are maybe 4 or so plants in here, and 4 or 5. And so you see the new, like, I think this is a new one developing here. If I can get my finger in there. Yeah, so that's a new leaf developing. Well, that leaf, if it gets the light and the food, will grow as big as any of these. So it looks like a single leaf right now. Maybe you can see some. You can see the three parts. It will grow up, and each of those will become quite large, thus feeding the plant, thus promoting new berries and development. So, and what I've been using, has been these fine snippers, so I can get in there and snip them close to the base. I don't know if it's essential that I do it that way, but I think it makes a nicer job out of it. So, the other way is just to grab that stem as low as you can, and then kind of bite your thumbnail into it, or your fingernail into it, and pinch it off. Or you could break it off. That might cause some damage to the plant, but probably not too much. Anyway, so that is it.